is not viable now as a party to prosecute presidential campaign. So his political destiny lies now in the coalition, or he is not going to make any impact whatsoever in 2027. So when he insinuated that Kenneth Okonkwo betrayed him, sorry, Obi betrayed himself, because he is just committing political suicide.
Since you've made reference to the coalition, let's take it from there. What's your general assessment of the viability of the coalition being midwifed by opposition political parties, and are you part of it?
Yes, I am part of the coalition, and in all honesty, the opposition does not even have a choice, because the individual political parties are not viable. So it's not even as if they have a choice. If the coalition cannot succeed, let all of them unanimously go and endorse Tinubu. No, you don't waste the time of Nigerians. I'm not the kind of person that will come and not tell you the truth. I know what people suffered in 2023. They stayed in the rain, they stayed in the sun to vote for us. I will not subject Nigerians to such suffering if I am not sure that the opposition parties are serious. You want to deal with an incumbent, and you want to gallivant that you want to say you don't want to be united. And you want me to tell Nigerians to come and waste their time to fly home. Some people flew home from abroad. I know one young man that had a daughter. He had a problem with the wife, and the daughter was autistic. Yet he had to fly both of them home to vote for us. Then you're telling me you want to go alone, and you want me to come, and the opposition parties do not even have a choice. The only choice they have is to come together, consolidate their fortunes, and take out Tinubu. Nigerians will be willing to vote if they are sure that the oppositions are not in disarray, and if they are sure that their votes will count. If they are sure that when they vote, the politicians will be able to defend their votes, or at least galvanize them to defend their votes themselves. If they see that there is any politician who is not serious, who goes alone, they might ignore the politician. Because according to the law of thermodynamics, if you want to transfer energy from one matter to the other, some energy will unavoidably be lost. So even though we are in the coalition, eventually, I cannot guarantee you that everybody will end up being in the coalition. But if some people are leaving because of their personal selfishness, because of their personal considerations, Nigerians will be willing to ignore that person. But if it is because the opposition cannot on their own come together, then Nigerians will say, these people are not serious. If you cannot act in unity, how then will you even act in unity if we give you our votes? So the opposition do not even have a choice. They must have to coalesce. So I'm part of it, because I'm part of the people that believe that this government has become an apology. Do you know when people are arrogantly, disorderly, and unconscionably evil? That's what this government has become. I am telling you. How do you explain that hundreds of people are massacred in Benue under your nose? And the governor is shouting, crying, telling you what is happening. And yet, you do not move in immediately. When one person, an American, was held in Niger State in Nigeria, they deployed all their resources to rescue the person. In Nigeria, you're rather taking resources away from where the insurgents are operating to take them to another place. Zulum said the resources that are needed to fight Boko Haram is being taken away to Northwest. And that is why the insurgency is resurfacing. Why didn't you use that money that you want to that you used to buy your private jet? Why didn't you use it to buy those resources you need for the Northwest, at least as a matter of priority, to prioritize the life and welfare of your citizens. You can still get a private jet when things are sorted out. Why would it be your first priority? After you're removing fuel subsidy, that people are paying 1,000 naira plus for what they were paying 100 naira plus. And you're telling me it was a wise thing you removed subsidy. No, it was a wicked thing. It was not a demonstration of wisdom. It was a demonstration of wickedness. Because people that were earning 30,000 and you increase this fuel first before increasing their salary, how would they survive? So it is not anything secret that we have more malnourished children in Nigeria now than in war-torn Sudan. It was as a result of the wicked policies of making transportation unaffordable. Farmers cannot go to farm because of insecurity. And then you are not prioritizing their security and welfare, but prioritizing the welfare of yourself, your family, and your cronies. You are giving a project of 15 trillion naira for your family business without competitive bid. Then you will renovate, because what Tinubu is doing now is refurbish and rename. They will refurbish existing structure and rename it after Tinubu. A structure built by IBB, the International Conference Center, with 240 million naira. You refurbished with 39 billion naira and you named it after yourself. So also other infrastructure. That's not wisdom. That's wickedness. So I want you to understand that the coalition needs to come in now to salvage this country, because we are heading towards Armageddon. And this is the government that has the audacity to lie. If the inflation figure is going too high, they will rebase it and tell you it's no longer 34, it's 24 by rebasing. So the coalition is very important. And Nigerians are waiting for the coalition. Is it not amazing that when Governor Umeno went to APC, that 3 commissioners, as I heard, said they were not going with him. Even one commissioner had 2 portfolios, risking his livelihood. You can imagine the level that Nigerians detest APC. However, it is not the badness of APC that will make them to go. It will be the goodness of the coalition. So the coalition has to come together in unity, dropping their individual preferences, like I have dropped mine. And whoever wins in a free and fair primary election, every other person should support that person. It's not a game of north or south. It's not a game of zoning. It's a game of survival. When you want to survive, you don't begin to look for any excuse, so that we can take out Tinubu first and have a transitional government that will establish democratic structures and build institutions that will make Nigeria to start growing and developing from there.